They buried him. They cried for him. They shared his land. But 3 years later, he came back, and he said, "Give me what is mine, or I will take more than land." In the quiet village of Umudara, land was not just soil. It was life. It was family. It was everything. When a man died, his land did not die with him. It passed to his blood. That was how it had always been. Okeke was a strong man, not rich, but respected. He had one younger brother, Chibueze, and one son, little Emeka. When Okeke fell sick, the whole village watched him fade slowly. Before he died, he called his brother. "Take care of my son," Okeke said weakly. "Do not let anyone take what belongs to him." Chibueze nodded quickly. "I swear, your land is safe. Your son is safe." That night, Okeke died. They buried him the next morning. The women cried, the drums were quiet, and the earth closed over him. At first, everything was normal. Chibueze moved into Okeke's compound. He said it was to protect the land. People understood, but slowly, things began to change. He started selling small portions of the land. He used the money for himself. When people asked, he said, "I am managing it for the boy." Little Emeka had no voice. One evening, an elder called Chibueze. "Why are you selling your brother's land?" the elder asked. Chibueze frowned. "It is family land now. I am the head." "But the child is alive," another elder said quietly. Chibueze's voice hardened. "Does a child control land or a man?" The elders looked at each other but said nothing more. From that day, people began to whisper. 3 years passed. Then one night, a man was seen walking into the village, bare feet, no greeting. A farmer returning late saw him under the moonlight and dropped his basket because the man looked like someone they buried. The next morning, the whole village gathered in shock. Standing in the square was Okeke. The same face, the same voice, the same scar on his arm. No one spoke. Even the wind seemed afraid. Chibueze stepped forward, shaking. "This is not possible," he said. "You are dead." Okeke looked at him calmly. "Dead men do not forget promises," he said. Silence. Okeke stepped closer. "You promised to protect my son. You promised to protect my land." Chibueze's voice broke. I did what was right." Okeke's eyes grew dark. "Then why did you sell the land behind the Iroko tree? The one you sold at night so no one would see?" The crowd gasped. No one knew about that land. No one, except the man who owned it. People began to murmur. How does he know? Who told him? But Okeke was not done. He turned to the elders. "You sat under the palm tree and kept quiet," he said softly. "You watched injustice and called it peace." The elders lowered their heads because it was true. Little Emeka stood at the back, frozen. Okeke saw him. Slowly, he walked toward the boy. "Emeka," he called gently. The boy's eyes filled with tears. "Father," he whispered. Okeke knelt down. "I told you I would not leave you alone." The boy ran into his arms, crying hard. "I was scared. They said you were gone." Okeke held him tight. "I hear everything," he said quietly, "even from the ground." The village called for a meeting. This was no longer just a family issue. It was law. It was truth. One elder spoke. "If you are truly Okeke, prove it." Okeke nodded. "In my hut, under the floor, there is a clay pot." Chibueze froze. "I buried money there before I died.
No one knew, not even my brother. The elders sent men to check. They dug and found it exactly where he said. Chibueze fell to his knees. "Brother, forgive me," he cried. "I thought you were gone forever." Okeke looked at him long and hard. "I was gone, but not blind." Tears rolled down Chibueze's face. "I was afraid," he whispered. "I wanted something for myself." Okeke stepped closer. "And now?" he asked. Chibueze shook. "I am still afraid." Okeke's voice dropped, cold and heavy. "You should be." That night, Okeke called for everyone to gather. "I did not return to stay," he said. A strange silence fell. "I returned for what is mine." The wind began to rise. Dogs started howling. Okeke turned to his son. "Your land is yours again," he said softly. "Guard it. Do not trust easily." Emeka held his hand tightly. "Don't go," he begged. Okeke smiled sadly. "I cannot stay where I do not belong." Then he turned to Chibueze. "And you," Chibueze trembled, "you will return everything you took, or the ground will remember you too." The air grew cold, very cold. The next morning, Okeke was gone. No footprints, no trace, just empty air. But something changed. Chibueze returned every piece of land, every coin. He never spoke loudly again, never laughed freely again, because some nights he would wake up screaming, saying someone was calling his name from beneath the earth. And in Umudara, no one ever stole land again, because they all believed one thing: the dead may rest, but they do not forget. If this story gave you chills or made you think twice about promises, like this video, subscribe for more African folktales like this, and tell me in the comments, what would you do if the dead returned for justice? Because in stories like this, the end is never really the end.